Everybody's waiting until that last minute today.
Right.
Comes Vivek.
Hi, Susan.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Who's Angela Merrill?
She is RCTV.
Okay. Better than YouTube, sorry. It's always good. If you don't mind, it'll be good if we can just have them not show up as YouTube, but yeah.
Well, they're showing up as RCTV Studios in mine now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Thank you.
We asked them to do that last time and they've been great about doing it since, so they are showing up as RCTV.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
Hi, Patty.
Hello.
When we discuss the questions, I may want to ask you to allow me to share my screen.
Yes. All right, I'm going to start the meeting. I'm crushed for time. I know Ray will hopefully join on. All right.
Sorry, Bob, just 1 second. Ray's gonna have to wait a minute if I'm showing my screen because I won't see him come in. If anyone else sees him, let me know. Oh, yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Call the meeting to order, seeing that it's 12:02 on 9/12. This meeting is being recorded and being held remotely on Zoom and streamed live on RCTV. The Rmld Board of Commissioners recognizes the importance of hearing public comment at the discretion of the chair.
Recording in progress.
On items on the official agenda, once recognized by the chair, all persons addressing the board state their name and address prior to speaking. It is the role of the chair to maintain order in all public or ensuing discussion. Please, folks, all remote participants identify themselves. Bob Coulter.
Vivek Soni.
Patty Molino.
Susan Inman.
Okay.
And let me stop sharing for 1 minute to see if Ray's in yet.
Nope.
No, okay.
All
Go
right.
back to the share. And we will hang on just a minute. And this is the do you want the agenda up, Bob, or the questions?
We're okay. Yeah, we're okay.
Okay.
Let's look at the questions. We don't need to because we're not going to executive session. So.
Oh, you're not today. Okay, I had one. I did.
No.
Send you a packet.
I'm not right now. So that
Yeah,
we don't need to read the motion.
Okay. Yeah.
Susan, I am rejoining the meeting from a PC, so you're going to see another.
Okay.
Not my phone.
I'm
Right.
just going to stop sharing for a moment and look for you in here. Hold on. I'll text Ray too.
Were you able to get me in yet?
I don't
We
I
can
don't I don't see you having joined. Does anyone else see him?
Up. I'm in the wrong one. That's my problem. Sorry. Apologize. That's the executive session. I'm going to come in now.
You should start getting an echo or something.
Yes, see you now.
Meeting is being recorded.
Okay. All right. Vivek, you're gonna take it over.
Yeah, thank you. So what I wanted to, I looked at all the questions, and I think when we developed the questions, they seemed fine. But as we had those discussions, Bob, with all of the various teams, I think, leadership of the organization became a very important issue to probe more effectively. And I think some of the questions we had touched some of that, but what I spent a lot of time analyzing the responses and trying to focus on some of the more key issues. So the main thing would be to understand what is the management style of this person, and then how they deal with conflicts or disagreements in the executive team and with the board, because it's the decision making under stress that's really an important attribute, and that's where a lot of leaders fail. So what I thought we could do is in question 4, Susan, if you allow me to share my screen.
Oh, sure. I'll stop sharing. That's fine. I'll just track my changes and make changes as I go along in this document. I just opened the Word one, so.
Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, is it big enough? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm comfortable with the opening remarks, right? Question 1, I'm comfortable. Question 2, I'm comfortable. Question 3, I'm comfortable. Question 4, what I was thinking is the specific question I would recommend we consider is, how have you handled, or how would you handle disagreements or conflicts within your executive team, especially when major decisions are at stake? Because it's a very specific question, but essentially what I would do is I would qualify this question by saying, we want to understand your management style and experience, and then say, this is the question. And there was also another thing I was thinking of too, is what steps would you take to empower department leaders to make decisions and collaborate without needing constant input? Because the idea is, if you have a good, capable organization, they don't need to have the CEO or the general manager be a mediator. Any thoughts on that?
The only thing I can see is, like, we opened up what's your management style and how have you handled. I would take out how would you handle that. How have you handled, No,
Yeah.
it would, right? The expectation is you have disagreements come to within your executive team. I think that's fine, you know, and, you know, not necessarily the executive team.
Yeah, no, because like some people have not had executive teams. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the other thing I think is, you know, how do you, one of the things was the experience level at RMLD, right? Valuing that. How do we put that into a question from back, right? You know, how do you handle disagreements or conflicts with the executive team? And then how do you handle, what is your expectation, or what is your style of, you know, relying on existing experience within within your organizations, and how do you manage that, right? Because that's what I want to see. Because I heard that loud and clear from the session I was in, and from the notes from.
Yeah, no, because like I was also in the management session, and I felt that, you know, there needed to be more team building there, Bob.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, and we can expound on that. So I mean, that's something you can scratch out from somebody, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's good. Yeah, yeah. I'm good with that change.
Okay, so just the question, that I've highlighted in yellow in question 4 would be,
Yeah.
that's I would have a preamble, which is like help us understand your management style, but the specific question is the one that's highlighted in yellow. Okay.
Okay.
And then question 5, rather than how do you influence culture, I would ask, like, you know, provide us, you know, using examples, help us understand how you engage with various stakeholders. You know, how would you ensure open and transparent communication with the board? And how would you involve them in strategic decision making?
Yeah, uh, and also add, you know, your teams, right? It's the board, and you know that works both ways.
Right, and yeah, so the idea here was like various stakeholders. So it would be, you know, there's a specific question for the board, but it's a little open-ended. So like, how do you deal with the team? How do you deal with customers? How do you deal with community policy makers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I like that change.
Okay, thank you. And I would keep, like, you know, I would keep all the others the same, or the other, like the other thing was in question 7, rather than how would you deal with surprises and challenges, another option was like describe a time when you took a significant business risk, what led to that decision and what was the outcome.
Yeah, I do like the professional challenge. Yeah, that was not anticipated, because again, you have something you don't expect the scenario to develop, and how do you deal with it? That happens constantly, right?
Yeah, no, and so how would you frame this? How would you want to frame this?
So I would say, can you know, describe a time when you took significant business risk? I think it just put it.
You're getting jammed.
I would put it as an add-on to that question.
Okay, so describe a time when you took a business risk. What led you to that decision? What was the outcome? How do you deal with surprises and challenges?
Yep.
Okay.
Will you be providing me this document, Vivek?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, terrific.
I will share these questions as edited. Yeah.
Okay, just as you want them, and I'm going to take them just as they are when they come from you, because I started to retype and then I realized you weren't taking everything you wrote down. So
I'll put it there.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Perfect.
done. And then here, so yeah. Okay.
On number 4, you had a bunch underneath that weren't highlighted.
Yeah. No, so this was like just help me thinking, you know.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you weren't taking those, right? You're going to give it to me without those because we're not going to ask those. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
So what we would ask would be just this part.
What about the question above it? Are you still going to do the approach to managing operations, people,
No.
budgets?
No.
Okay.
I want to say we want to understand your management style, so it covers everything, right?
All right. So I will look forward to getting that from you, and I'll be ready with that. Do you?
So I'm just showing you what yeah,
Just email it.
I'm underlining stuff so you can see that
Mhm.
all that's going to be.
Yeah, I just email it to Susan.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
We have-
So this is what these are the changes I'm going to propose, and we're going to go with these, right, Bob?
Correct. I like them. I think
Okay,
it's-
thank you. No, I'm sorry I'm sorry to slow the process down, but I just wanted to internalize, like, Patty and I, Patty spent a lot of time on these. Patty, are you
Yeah.
comfortable with this?
Sure.
And that's directly from the feedback that we got. No, that's good. That's exactly what we wanted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next.
Oh, wait a minute. I will share my screen, Bob, so you can get back on the same page as soon as Vivek.
I stopped.
Okay. All right. Good. Hang on just 1 second.
No, I'm good. So right now we're talking about next week's schedule and next steps. So
Yep.
we have you know okay, so we're gonna have to talk about that over an executive, right? Because the names associated. So
Yep.
okay, so
Right.
Vivek,
So,
can you read the-
so right now we will go back to the motion. Yep.
Okay, I can read the motion, right? So now we're going to go to the executive session, right?
correct.
Are we comfortable with the schedule as is?
No, there's names involved with this, so we need to go over and discuss.
I
that.
think we're pretty well scheduled out. We'll be able to do whatever we need to do in another regular session meeting. So we're all good for right now, Vivek.
Let's just move on.
Okay, so move that the RMLD General Manager Search Committee go into executive session to consider or interview applicants for employment or appointment by a preliminary screening committee if the chair declares that an open meeting will have a detrimental effect in obtaining qualified applicants, and to return to regular session for the sole purpose of adjournment. Roll call vote required.
Buckle right.
Yeah, Vivek Soni, aye, and Bob, you seconded it also. So
That's correct. Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
I did. Perfect. Okay, let's jump over to the executive. All right, see you there. Bye.
Okay.
Recording stopped.